Shepard is the current leader of the times out here tonight. It might be the first time this season we see someone other than James Scott on pole position, and that is something to behold.
Absolutely. Corey's put in a fantastic time early on, currently sitting on a 1:11.69, so really getting the most out of the Premier Racing car. He's got just short of 0.2 of a second margin currently over James Scott, and that's no mean feat around this circuit either as we watch him head down towards turn 7.
So Corey's got some more in the tank there with that one. So we see this is Corey, a bit sideways through that one. And on to the main straight.
It looked like Corey just struggling for a bit of mid-corner grip there out of the hairpin. And last time by, we did see James Scott purple sector 1. Corey for this lap as he works his way across the line, purple sector 2. So the guys are really starting to find some really good pace at the moment. That's a cracking lap from James Scott there. We'll see what Corey Shepard's able to do in response now. This one hasn't been a great run for him here. He hasn't set the times alight, but actually, he may not get this one home. We'll probably see whether he dives in towards the pit lane. And he will try and finish this lap out.
He's going to try and complete it. Props to him. It's dropped a degree on circuit, now down to 40 degrees. Still an incredibly hot circuit to get these supercars around. So, Corey Shepard, no improvement on that lap. So, massively disappointing, but to have completed most of the session as P1 and only be pipped at the post by 0.34 hundredth of a second from James Scott is a huge achievement for Corey Shepard tonight. Just got a few drivers. Looks like we're going to get some lights here as we light up the starters rostrum. James Scott from pole, Corey Shepard from second, green lights, and away we go tonight in the AOSC. Horrible start from Freya down mid-back there, and we see them start to make their climb up the hill. Hobson already challenging. Corey hung up on the outside of that one, and around in the back is one of the JK Signs cars.
I think that was might have been. Oh, who was that? It was definitely one of the Synergy cars. I think it might have been Stokes involved in it, or potentially Christian Smart. And for James Scott, actually, he's made a huge jump now as everyone funnels their way through to 7. Shepard losing a spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Hobson's made the massive gain there from the start line. He's made his position clear in front of Corey Shepard. James Scott's already got himself a bit of a buffer over the rest of the field. It looks like that incident down the back wasn't so bad, so we're going to keep running. It's going to keep going green. But this is an incredible opening stanza from Brenton Hobson.
Yeah, he got a fantastic jump, and now he's going to have to really work to hold Corey Shepard off behind. We'll see whether Shepard looks to have a run down into the hairpin as a few guys running a little wide as the tyres come up to pressure. Lots of fuel on board these cars at the moment, and not a moment yet for Shepard to get through. The DPR cars behind just struggling to get a little bit of traction on the exit, but they are still holding a good spot there at the moment as they come across the line to start lap 2.
Yeah, I thought heading down into the hairpin there, I thought I saw Jamie Stogold poke the nose out, but he still remained in the same position on my timing screen. So we're going to keep on with our battle at the front here. It is Brenton Hobson battling from Corey Shepard. Corey Shepard is currently second in the championship and has been running a second for most of the races. Matty Kavanagh has been running. Joke that he's wearing the bridesmaid's dress, so he will be absolutely keen to get this position back off Brenton Hobson and resume his normal place at the front of this field. But these guys are battling quite well so far as these cars come up to temp and make their way through the S's. I don't want to be in their shoes right now. This is Brenton Hobson, should I say, clearing some cones for Corey Shepard. This battle's really closed up.
Yeah, Shepard with a big moment too as we watched the guys come out of the S's up towards the running towards the hairpin there, and did a good job just to get that car back underneath him as it stepped well out sideways. So he is pushing hard and trying to come back and close that gap. Scott is now well off in the distance, just short of 3 seconds. As we have a look at the lap pace between both of these drivers and see where Shepard lost a little bit of time. He's come strong through laps 5, 6, and 8 again, starting to return serve and come back up and close down this gap. So sitting at 10th of a second. but he really needs to come up with an idea here of what he's going to do to work his way through, because the longer he stays behind here, as we were saying before, Norrie, he's going to struggle to get a move done, and Hobson is not an easy contender to try and get through, especially if you can come up and get on the back of him sooner rather than later.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's one of Brenton Hobson's massive goals is he's being able to defend positions in his time in the supercars. So Corey's got his work cut out for him tonight. He might have to think pit strategy and how to get his Mr. Antenna Premier Racing Team car around. It's very close to the tyre bundle on the inside of turn 11 there, but he's going to have to think logically about how to get around Brenton Hobson tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, having the pace is well and good. It's coming up with the move that doesn't impact both cars as you work your way through. You see the guys down, up through two. You get the way the car kicks and squirms on the exit there. A lot of wheel work going into it from Shepherd as he tries to wrestle the Mr. Antenna car down around this lap. So something we're going to have to keep an eye on later on, as Hobson now first to blink and comes down the lane. We'll see what Shepherd's now able to do with that clear track in front of him.
Yeah, he sort of loses his drafting partner in this one, so he has to go it alone. But like you say, Dan, we get to see exactly what Shepherd's capable of as a solo car. Also interesting to see where Hobson falls back into the train, because a lot of those guys in front of him will be thinking, do they take a longer stop and try and hold Hobson up from the race lead?
Yeah, definitely some interesting strategy calls going to be made in this phase of the race here. We'll wait to see what unfolds from this. Shepherd having a very strong drive. I think that's what there is. We see Shepherd still out on circuit trying to push as far as he can on this setup. But yeah, the guy's really using all the track, and then some. You've got to be very cautious of that wall on the outside as you turn in through pit lane there, because we've seen quite a few guys through years gone by make a meal of it and end up in the fence and not where you want to be. But see whether Shepherd able to come in and see what he's going to do here, because the pace is starting to fall away just fractionally as he works down the S's.
It looks like Brenton Hobson has fallen. Is that the car stuck on the side of the road? Brenton Hobson looks like he's fallen in right behind James Scott there. Only a few seconds differ in their times on the timing board, so we'll catch up with them. Corey Shepherd continuing on with it though. He reckons he's got more time in this car. At a lighter fuel load, he may just find that. We'll see how he will be in front of this battle fairly soon. Brenton Hobson and Corey Shepherd. That gap's closing. Corey is hunting, and he looks like he wants his position 2 back. He doesn't like position 3. He's not really a fan of it. I don't think any race driver is, but Corey especially not so. And Brenton's having a stellar form tonight. He's really been punching on in the series, but he hasn't really been moving up in the rankings. So tonight, to becoming P2 is such an improvement from Brenton. Obviously an esteemed racer in his own right. He's been around for years and doing this for years. But racing tonight, wheel to wheel with Corey Shepherd, is quite good.
He's doing a stellar job here, holding off the charge that Shepherd's been able to put on him. A couple of the cars ahead just moving out to the side. It's great to see the sportsmanship allow this fight to still continue on. But Brenton, one of the toughest competitors to try and get through. I mean, he knows every inch of every circuit that we go to, and not an easy competitor to get past. The Shepherd closes right up on the run through turn 2 there. Almost gives him a bit of a love tap on the back.
Yeah, normally the 88 has been one of the hardest cars to pass throughout any series in iRacing at the hands of Brenton Hobson. So look at the split time. Shepherd is munching that gap down. He's chewing down. A dive is being made. Oh, he just didn't have the car up far enough there to make that move, but it's definitely got Brenton alive to the fact that he is right behind him. And look at the cars as they come through the S's there, sideways, and all about aggro on these curbs.
Yeah, the one thing I'm noticing still though, through this middle section down the S's, the Synergy car very good as it gets up over the curbs there. Is able to drive away a little bit from Shepherd, but the brake consistency that Corey's got in the Premier Racing car there, exceptionally good. He's able to close that gap back down hard into the wall.
Oh! What? there. Jordan Ross firing in the fence, coming off turn 7A, I think.
Dyson up into second. You see Hobson back in third, Shepherd now in fourth, Johnson right on the back.
Okay, so what happens here? Because
they're all in the dirt. Shepherd down the inside. Big side-to-side contact. Dyson with a big move to get up into second. That's great awareness to try and pull that move off as everyone getting into it. And that all unfolded from Hobson getting into the dirt on the exit of 3A and Shepherd going along with him.
so Dirt had a role in Hobson getting, I'm going to say robbed there because he's been fine form all night. But Dyson's made the jump. He's picked up 2 positions for the price of 1. You see that Jordan Ross also getting involved in the fence there. So Race Control's going to have to look at that one a bit and tidy up what's going on there. But it hasn't stopped this battle because Corey Shepherd and Brenton Hobson are still going for it.
Yeah, good to see that they were able to sort that one out and continue the fight on. I think smart driving there from Shepherd to get back in and let those guys go through.
He spills it up and gets that flashy lights going as he heads up to the line. Position 1, James Scott for Sonoma 150 tonight as Andrew Dyson. He steals the show, takes home P2. Hobson P3, Corey Shepherd P4, Damien Johnston P5.